dog, man. It's the king, man. It's the king, baby. I'm back at you with another story time. All right, man. It's gonna be story time number 13. This is a special request for my man Michael Cobre. Run on up, doing nothing but fun. Yo, yo, yo. So what's going on, man? This is Alfie King, and this is Storytime 13. So this is actually a special request right here for Michael Colbert. He wanted to know how I got fellatio from the art teacher or whatever. So I'm gonna do this a little different. Show my fine ass first. You know it's real when you can tell I'm handsome. You can't even see me. You see my little warm coat I got on. You feel me? You know, a little bit of fur on there. You know. So, anyways, man, Makale, this is how I got Dome from the art teacher. So I'm gonna do this story time a little bit different. Wrestling is on, y'all. Don't even trip. I'm gonna do this story time a little bit different. So not only am I gonna tell you the story, I'm gonna tell you what and why I did shit. Okay. So this is a scenario, man. I'm in the painting class now. I already know how to paint, but I like being in the environment of other people who have similar interests as I do. On top of that, um, the ratio in this class is about 20 to 2. So we talking about 18 females and 2 guys. So you see how much competition I got. I know this going in already. I know I'm putting myself in an environment where women are going to choose. They ain't got nothing to choose. It could have been a movie star, been the other dude, man. I'm gonna make it be me. You feel what I'm saying? So, let me see. How do we start this off? So, basically, in situations like this, you want to do a lot of temperature gauging to test the interaction between you and her. So there would be little things, and I noticed that she'd say some things about my paintings and shit. She'd say like, "Oh my God, your style is so amazing and different and dark yet enlightening." So when bitches tell you shit like that, your radar should go up already. You should already be thinking of it like, okay, man, what's going on with this shit? So what you do after that, you you keep it going. So you keep it going. So since I felt like she felt my shit was exquisite like that, let me keep up this love fest. So you know I'd be asking her for help here and there, and start calling her by her first name, um, telling her my first name. So I'm telling her my first name, so that way to see if she's gonna call me by my first name or my last name, and then I'm gonna do it to her. So if she called me by my first name, then it's only right I call her by her first name, which makes us more connected a little bit. It levels her down to me. So instead of a teacher student thing, it's kind of like a homie thing. Okay, so that's set up right there. I took a vacation, and when I came back, I brought her some art. Now this would seem like a highly suggestive thing, but it's for the fact that I could have brought her a souvenir, like a fucking keychain or some fucking shit like that. I know, duh, that my art teacher is gonna like art. She's gonna like it. She's gonna accept it. So not only did I give her something that she can put good use to, um, um, she can appreciate it. And now I'm very thoughtful to her. So now instead of me, people miss class and be like, I'm out, I'm going here, I'm going there. To a teacher, it's kind of looking like this person isn't taking this class very serious. Okay, but when I'm bringing her back something, that's kind of subconsciously telling her like, oh well, he is having a good time. He had the decency to think about me and actually bring me something back from all the way across the world. You see, I didn't really do much. The shit cost a couple of dollars, but it's really pushing me forward. Mind you, she got a boyfriend too. Okay, so uh, after that, we get to flirting a little more. One particular time, um, she missed class, and she sent a mass text out, and I sent her a personal message like, I miss your smile today. I hope, what I'm saying, you get everything together and you feel good, you feel better. Now this is a mass text, so I'm sending this off, but when you do that, you can see other people will text back and shit too. So I'm the only one who says some shit like that, and the only other dude who was there didn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? So she was real flattered by that. She didn't respond to it then, but the next time in the class, uh, she spoke on it. Like, oh, that was so sweet of you, and she didn't put me on blast. It was on some one-on-one shit, and then I'm asking her for little shit like, oh, can I have that eel, that aisle? You know what I'm saying? The paint on it. Do you need it? I can go buy one. I'm just getting myself more familiar with her by asking her little fucking favors and shit that really don't mean nothing. So one particular time, I left my phone in the class. It was cracked, and I left it in there. So I knew that she knew it was mine because where I was sitting. So she knew it was mine. So what she did is she emailed me. So this class was like on a Thursday. So that means that I wouldn't have seen her again for that week until the next Thursday. So she emailed me and said, I left my phone and this and that, and did I want to meet up to get it? So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I don't want to wait till the next week. So I give her we emailing and stuff. I'm emailing her from my iPad and shit. So I meet her at the school in the parking lot. Pulled up on her. Um, I already knew that she obviously teachers don't get a chance to see you got a nice car. I knew I had a nice car, so I knew she was gonna comment on it, which she did. And she got in my car, and I was like hella thankful, and I hugged her on purpose just to see if she was gonna let me like touch on her and shit, or if she was gonna kind of like shy away. And she was with it. She hugged me, and she's rubbing on my back and shit. Mind you, we the same age too. So this isn't a situation where I'm fucking some old ass lady. I don't know if you got that representation from the story, the drop. No, she's the same age as me. She just happened to be my art teacher, but she not like some old ass 60-year-old. I'm fucking no. So she get the hug in the room. So what I'm saying. So I told her I'm gonna give her a valet service to her car and shit. She's laughing and shit because her car right there. You know what I'm saying? So we in the car, so I pull up to her car. I noticed that she ain't really trying to get out hella fast. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. So this raw shit. So yeah, so she in my car, she in the passenger side, and I'm in the driver's side. So I'm just thanking her about my phone and shit and saying like I owe you one and all this type of shit. And she's just laughing and giggling. Now I know I'm keeping the conversation going just to see how engaged she is, and I'm low key waiting for her to cut it off because I was gonna make my move on her. I knew I was gonna make my move on her, but it didn't particularly have to be this night. But I'm trying to figure out like, do I want to do my shit tonight or not? So that's how that happened. So You know what I'm saying? I didn't already hugged her and stuff, so I like put my hand on her knee and shit, and then she put her hand on my hand. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I did that on purpose, cause I did it in a way to where I'm patting her like you're such a good person, but if she didn't like it, she would have felt a little uncomfortable or like pushed me back or whatever. But she put her hand on top of my hand, so I knew it was good. So I'm like, oh yeah, and she was like, wow, your hands are so much bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what that means? She's like hella laughing and shit, and she's like, and that's another thing when women be like laughing, ah ha ha ha, and they like touch you and shit like that, it's all good. So she did all that shit, and then I asked her, has she ever fucked with black guys before? Cause she wasn't black. She wasn't black. She wasn't a black chick, and she was like she had him, but she finds him attractive, and she got a dude and all this and that. And I was just like, what would your dude figure out if he was in the car with me? You know, he'd kill you. And she was just like, well, we not doing nothing. We not doing nothing really. And I was like, yeah, you better get up out my car because you looking kind of sexy. And fuck, hold on, let this shit go to sleep real quick. All right, yeah, you looking kind of sexy. You need to get up out my car. So hitting her with the dare shit because I know she gonna do the exact opposite of what I say, just like I want her to. You feel me? So she's sitting down or whatever, and I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying. So I get her hand to put it on my leg now, and then she kind of look at me and shit. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the next move? You want this? And I looked down at my shit or whatever, right? And then she kind of looked at me and she bit her lip, so I knew it was all good. I started getting hard off the thought of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, cool. Because I already seen her and she was already on my radar, but I didn't know exactly how I was gonna go about doing the shit. So I was just like, cool, yes, now it's all good. So she started rubbing on my shit, man, and I'm solid at this point, and I tell her like, you teasing me, can we keep this between us, man? I'm in a relationship too. I'm not, but I just want to make it seem like I'm just setting the tone for her because she in a relationship. So I want her to that's basically letting her know like, hey, I got something to lose too. So that's basically reaffirming that we gonna keep this on the under. Not only do you have somebody, I got somebody. You see? So I set it up like that. Excuse me. Take some ice cream. So I whip out on her ass, man, and then she sucked me, and she sucked me until I finished or whatever. And then after that, I kind of didn't even want to beat. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no fatty or nothing like that. And we start meeting up. So our code word was can you help me with my homework? So whenever I said that, that meant meet me in my car to serve me. We never had sex. And she had a boyfriend, and when you're an OG, you realize like a lot of chicks, um, they'll suck you and they won't have sex with you because they don't want to feel like they're cheating on their man, their vaginas, but they'll give you head. I know as crazy as that sounds, it's real shit. So that's how she felt. She was just sucking me in the car every week, not every single week, but whenever I felt like it, often, at least 7 or 8 times. You feel me? 7 or 8 weeks. So that's how it happened, man. So that's your story time, and that's kind of a breakdown of how you kind of like gauge choosing signals and how you I'm beautiful, and how you can kind of escalate situations. You feel me? So man, I hope you like your drop, man. Peace out.